Good morning, everybody. We are back. It's the 25th of October, 2022. We are almost there. Very soon it will be Christmas. Very soon it will be New Year. But on the sporting front, it's hectic, very hectic. There's quite a lot. The calendars are jam-packed. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Olifatsi, together with Tshepang, Lasbon Kgole. We are doing the show called TBR Solutions Sports Forum. Lasbon, welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning to the viewers out there and to you also, Mr. Tshabalala. And yes, thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah, I can see that Shakes is trying to come in and then is struggling, but he has indicated that there is load shedding. And immediately after this show, there will be load shedding. So it's a pity. Our people will won't get the show earlier than as early as they expected due to load shedding. Last one, we saw what happened. Kaizer Chiefs, as much as it's a previous game, but I want us to look what happened. The reason why I say I want us to look what happened is because I saw Dr. Khumalo adding his voice on what happened, and then and I fully agree with what the doctor was saying. Doctor was saying Kaizer Chief of these days does not have star players anymore. He said Kaizer Chiefs used to have Ace Tsoelengoe, Teenage Dladla, Dog Khumalo, Jabu I can add, including 10-111. Those were star players, would make things happen. Your Chipa so they would turn things around, during the time of Sabora Kulu, you name them, But these days, these players are just like ordinary players. And then I don't know why these players don't, put effort into the work that they are doing. So I say I cannot blame the coach. That's me. That's my opinion. The players should come to the party. But nevertheless, this is one opinion from me, and then you may have also a different opinion to the matter. Last one, what's your take?
Yeah, I fully support that statement. Yeah, it's been a while. I could say it's been 7 years now. The Kaizer Chiefs doesn't have, that type of player. Players that can actually carry the team. There isn't those players anymore. For the past 7 years, I could say, when I mean, by me saying 7 years, the last time we could actually see players, trying and carrying the team was the likes of Siphiwe Tshabalala. That was one player that was an engine of Kaizer Chiefs during his playing time. The likes of yeah as well, Tsoelengoe. Those are players that that at least when they are there, there's something, going forward. They're able to carry the team. So Chiefs is lacking. Well, the new generation. There isn't those type of players anymore at the moment. Um,
Last born, I think you have freezed a little bit. Shakes, I think you saw the game of Kaizer Chiefs with Amazulu. Where could be the problem? Because Doc Khumalo was saying they don't have star players like during their era, like during the era of Ace Tsoelengoe, Teenage Dladla, you name them, Jabu and so on. Now it's like an ordinary players. So what's your take? Shakes?
Yeah, Saubrey, it's true. I heard doctors' comments, and it's true. When you think of Kaizer Chiefs of before, you had players with presence, who could do things, creative players, the likes of Skara, the likes of Jabu Mahlangu, the likes of Shaba, just in the recent history, teenage Ace, the list goes on. But now it seems like, that jersey now is not as heavy as it used to be. Anybody can wear that jersey, and it's showing, on the field. Chiefs is really lacking those quality players to wear the jersey. I mean, Chiefs is a big brand, and a lot is expected from these players, and this team. And it just seems like this jersey is too heavy for them at the moment.
Tshepang, you're still saying something? You got cut?
Yes, just to add on that, so there isn't too many, Chiefs now, it's just, it looks like an ordinary team, there isn't players that you could say that you can actually count on or win your games at the moment. I mean, if I can compare Chiefs to Sundowns, Sundowns has Themba Zwane, I could say. That's the first name that you think of when you look at Sundowns currently. That's one player that when he's playing, he can give you something. He carries Sundowns. He can definitely win you games. So when you look at Chiefs, you can't even mention one player that you can compare, maybe slide closely to Themba Zwane and say that this is the person that's carrying Kaizer Chiefs. So yeah, for me, that's a huge problem for such a big team. Yeah.
I think, as far as I'm concerned, I like what Kaizer Chiefs said to the Chiefs players during his birthday to say, guys, you lose some, you win some. And I like what Vina Maposa said on his tweet to say, it's work in progress. You know what? I don't think all is lost. If I look at Kaizer Chiefs Junior, the junior side of it, they are winning trophies. That means something is coming up there. So these boys, they need to look at themselves at the mirror and say they want to step up the game. They want to be counted. Let's move on quickly. Mamelodi Sundowns, we got a statement that Ngwenya is now the head coach, and then Steve Kompela is a senior coach for this. Is a coach for the senior team, and then Manqoba has gone to has gone to a position of senior coach, which was previously occupied by Steve Kompela. That on its own, to be honest, is confusion. What's happening at Mamelodi Sundowns? Shakes, do you really understand what's really happening there?
Yeah, no, but Saubrey, I won't tell you. I'm just as confused as you. But what I understand from the statement is that Rulani now will be in charge of the team as the head coach, and Manqoba basically will take the position where Steve Kompela was, and Steve Kompela will be second now to Rulani, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's the changes, and it's when the results are not coming, there are bound to be changes because Sundowns is a big team, but I don't know if this kind of changes will make a difference because these people have always been there, working together. So just remains to be seen how this is going to work now with Rulani being in the helm.
Yeah, and then what I saw with Mamelodi Sundowns, as I said in my show on Sunday, I think the absence of Shaulile went away with the goals because they were scoring goals from all angles. But when Shaulile was in there, it was a goal drought. But I understand that Abu Bakr is injured, and then I thought he's another guy who would have been brought in to assist. And then, but like I said, maybe Sundowns have set the standard too high. And then one thing that I'm impressed with Sundowns in terms of brand building, I see that they're busy doing that. And I like this thing of them dancing with the fans, whether they've lost. Although it was difficult on Saturday to dance, you could see that. And I was impressed by Kloppy because You see him leading that team that dances, okay? He's not obliged to do that, which is quite good. So I'm seeing a new wind of change, because if I go to TS Galaxy, I'll see, you know, Team Sugazi beating the drums himself, you know, and then with the players there. And I would see Mamkhize at the stand with the supporters. Mamkhize as they stand with the supporters, singing with the supporters. So this is something new that I'm seeing. I don't know, guys, what do you want to say?
Yeah, on that matter, yes. It's very encouraging, you know, after they lost over the weekend, Mamelodi Sundowns, you know. But we always know that after the game, they always come together, you know, and just unite themselves with the fans and the players as well, just to, you know, bring back the morale of the players, which is very good, you know, and seeing the chairman being involved as well. You know, the chairman is always there, he's very involved with the team, and in terms of the team growth and the branding of the team as well, which they're taking very serious right now, you know, trying to mobilize more supporters in all of these provinces. So which is very good to see. And as well as the other chairmen as well, your Mam Keezes, your Team Sugazes, they're doing the same thing, which is something that it's needed, you know, when the owners of the team starting to be involved in their teams, not just sitting there at the box, you know, at the VIP section, but being hands-on also with the supporters, you know, showing the players as well that they are there even after the game. So it's a good thing to see, you know, something new, but it's something very exciting and something to look forward to in our PSL.
You know, I wanted to look at this statistics for Kaizer Chiefs game. I think Chiefs players, you know, I'm sure they look at this thing and then look at that. 10 goal attempts, at least Amazulu on target. Chiefs 0. Offside 2-1. Although the difference was not huge. They have 6 corners, fouls almost. The difference was not huge. I'm happy that only 1 yellow card, no red card, 52% position. Yeah, but the difference was not huge, to be honest. The game of Chiefs and Amazulu. But Amazulu, they look like a very strong team to be watched going forward. Guys, now we know that they are playing again today and tomorrow, but I want us to look at the derby. What do you think? What's going to happen for the derby? But before we go there, let me go to Shakes. Sundowns is playing Marisburg, Shakes, during the week. What's your take? Mshege?
Yeah, it's gonna be very important for the boys to redeem themselves. You know, Prasobri. It's not every day Sundowns team gets a 3-0 drubbing. So heads are rolling right now at Torkop. They're not used to losing and losing like the way we lost. You know, sometimes losing. There's nothing wrong with losing, but losing the way that Sundowns lost tells you that there are problems there, and it will remain to be seen today how things will change. You know, it's going to. We want to see the personnel. We'll see who'll be playing. You know, because you know with all the 3 coaches, I'm sure that they all have their own opinions on which players should be playing at Sundowns, and some are not happy with the exit of Lyle Lakay and Kemet Rasmus, you know. So it will remain to be seen today who will be on the field and how the players will react and come back from that bad loss.
And you are right, Shakes. I mean, Sundowns, if they look at situation, I think they saw it coming. When they played Pirates in the first leg, no goal on target, no shots at goal. They were close completely, all right? So come this time again. So that tells you that there is a problem, all right? Because possession does not mean that you win the game. But if you ask me, if management of Sundowns take action if players are not playing well. I appreciate that. Maybe sometimes people need to know that the standard is high. Because if you look, the Motsepe family, because they're looking from this perspective that we pay these guys well, so why are they not reciprocating what we give them? So if you look at that, sometimes it's fair. It's really fair. So that the players, they need to start taking their job seriously, even the technical staff, you know. But now this is the first game where we'll see how Rulana is in charge now, how things are going to pan out. But let's move to the derby. Tshepang, come in. We are going to the derby. Do you think this is the opportunity for Kaizer Chiefs to redeem itself? Work in progress, as Vina Maposa said it on tweet. And then as Kaizer Jr. would say, we are in the recovery stage, phase. Do you think this is the time they will recover them, they will redeem themselves?
Personally, I think it's up to the players. You know how the boys played over the weekend. You know, their body language on its own was very bad. I think it's up to the players that they really need to redeem themselves. I mean, I think it's a mental thing. The likes of Kamat, that you know, Keegan Dolly, those are good players, quality players. You know, but now sense of their form as well. I think it's up to their mental. You know, who wants it because of. Yes, we can blame the coach in terms of tactics and all, and who to play, who not to play, or the decision making of the coach. Okay, it's understandable, it's fine. But now, when it comes to the field of play, the players are there. The supporters feel like it's a good squad, you know. But now the players need to deliver. You know, it's up to the players to show that they want to play, and to show that maybe they have rectified their mistakes. So I personally feel like it's a player situation. The players need to just show up over the weekend. There's no other way. It's up to the players.
But with me, I think Keegan Dolly he's the only player who's doing well. He's more composed compared to the rest of the players. And he's trying his best. He's going to the middle, he's going to the wing, you know, and then I think he's trying his best. If you compare Keegan Dolly with the rest, he's an outstanding player who comes out. Shege, now we are looking at Pirates. We have this new sensation, Saleh. What's your take? Do you think Pirates will go all the way and bury Kaizer Chiefs this coming weekend?
Yeah, Prasovri. Let's see. The last time Pirates played well was the first leg of the MTN 8. And then they played a couple of games where they didn't do well. They lost to Sekhukhune, and they played a couple of draws, and then they came back and played Sundowns and really played well. So it shows you that Pirates also have a tendency of rising only to the big games. And in football, you can't choose your games. You know, you can't say I'm going to play well here and then I'm going to switch off in other games. So yeah, if Pirates can carry on their form from the way they played against Sundowns, it's going to be a tough game. You know, but a derby is always it's always a different story. You know, it's also an opportunity for Kaizer Chiefs, I think, in the derby to rise and you know get their supporters to be happy as well if they can win that derby. I mean, nobody needs to be motivated to play that game. It's a big game around the country. So I believe both teams are going to rise. It's going to be a good game. You know, with Pirates being on form, I think Chiefs also need to come to the party. You know, I think it's going to be a catastrophe if Chiefs also lose that game to Pirates, you know. Chiefs really need this game. I think it's one game they need to come back.
You know, big teams are like that. Look at Barcelona. Xavi has been doing very well. You know, rally the players. The motivation was high among the players. then it looks like he's losing. He's not going to qualify for the Champions League the second round, and he lost to Madrid. All of a sudden, Laporta was said, now it looks like I'll show you the door. That's the big team. That's the pressure that you face at the big team. I'll show you the door. So, Tshepang, what's your take? Do you think the involvement of Saleng and Ndlondo, but I'm not sure about the injury of Ndlondo. I hope he's coming back. He'll play this game because as far as I'm concerned, Ndlondo and Saleng, they've added a new dimension in the Pirates game. You know, at Saleng, that boy, the boy is so composed. Look at the way he scored the last goal, how composed he was. Come in, Tshepang.
Yeah, you can even add Kemit Rasmus, with those two players. Yeah, those three players have put a difference in the back squad. Yeah, I think they've brought some kind of spark, into the game, into the team as well. With Kemit as well, at least they have a number 9 who's very, very composed, very comfortable on the ball. It's very hard to take the ball off Kemit Rasmus, so one of the best, attacking players that South Africa has produced, Saleng as well. Yeah, he has risen to the occasion, past couple of games. For me, let's give him time. Let's see, let's see what else can he do? What more can he produce, with all the habits? But the signs are there. He's been doing well. He's been playing well. I think now he's starting to get into it, starting to get into it, maybe discovering himself, which is a very good thing, a player from Norway, a lot of people didn't know Saleng, even Orlando Pirates, they were just shocked by Saleng. But look at him, given the opportunity, he grabbed the opportunity with both hands. So he's doing well. So yeah, he's a threat, obviously. He's got the momentum. Zondo as well, Kemit as well, coming to the time. Those are 3 players, Chiefs really need to forward to, and take serious, And we don't know if Kgole maybe might be back. There's a lot of players that are still outside for Pirates. So yeah, that squad is still not complete yet. But for now, they're doing quite well. They're doing very well.
Yeah, no, I hear what you are saying. And then, let's see. Are we still there? Yeah. Now let's move on to the Messi Special and let the best team win on Saturday. But we'll also, check the news closer to Saturday morning. We'll do our analysis again. Or do you want to say something quickly?
No.
Europe, there is anything that we want to look there?
No, we can move on.
We can move on. All right. I just want to mention this quickly before I go overseas. I don't know whether you guys have seen what is happening, in especially in England. This is Messi's season so far, which I wanted to share with you. They will always bring Messi even where he is not relevant. So Tshepang, remember we're speaking about they brought Messi to what's his name to Guardiola, and then he disappointed them. Even this past weekend, it was brought again, and then the journalist was saying to Guardiola, Pep, is this Haaland? Is this the best striker you have ever coached? But listen to the questioning, the line of questioning. Is this the best striker that you have ever coached? Pep even laughed and said, and Messi. I don't know why they always want to bring Messi to the equation. I think Messi has made a big scene for not going to play in England. So they'll always get the opportunity to ensure that they criticize him. I don't know whether you saw that, guys. And Pep seems to understand this now very well. That is why I even laughed at it, the question, you know. He smiled, you know, no, not really, he smiled, he giggled, you know, and said, and Messi, you know, and because they know people will say Messi. Did you see that?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say that these journalists, I think they know how to get to Pep. You know, when they always ask him about Haaland, they would always mention Messi in the mix because they know how Pep Guardiola loves Messi. So I think all journalists they keep on doing this, you know, week in week out, just to see his reaction, you know. And it's mainly more after Haaland has scored, you know, in a game, you know, when he has to analyze a game, and then they'll throw in Messi as well in the picture. So yeah, I think it's just these journalists, trying to tease it to hear what Guardiola can say.
I saw what's his name, Gary Neville. He was interviewing Van Dijk. Remember, Cafu called him to order. After that, he kept quiet, and then he asked Van Dijk all the questions, but he decided not to ask him this time who's better between Messi and Ronaldo, because he knew what the answer to get. He never even went there. Mshege, I don't know whether you've noticed that.
Sorry, Brussels, I didn't
I
get
don't know
that.
whether you have noticed that English journalists, they'll always bring Messi even if where he's not relevant. You see?
Yeah.
At some stage, I was shocked. They were comparing Messi with Grealish. Come on, guys. Grealish, Messi. You know? I said, this is a joke. Mshege, these are the games. Messi has played 15 games so far, scored 9 goals and 10 assists. This guy, his records are very shocking, man. Look at this. Look at this. Man of the matches. Out of 15 games, he has 13 men of the matches. This guy is something else. He is something else. That is something that is really, really, I'm still worried. I'm not happy about this, but what can we say? Maybe people never voted. That Kevin De Bruyne has never won Man of the Month in England. It's hard to believe, eh? It's really hard to believe. Because Kevin De Bruyne, is doing well. I don't know. What's your take, guys? Do you want to say something about this thing of Kevin De Bruyne?
Yeah, no, true. Kevin De Bruyne, he came third, in this year's Ballon d'Or. The consistency of that man, over the past 4 years, I could say, he's always in the top 3, or the top 5 of the world greatest players in the past 4-5 seasons. Even now, you cannot leave Kevin De Bruyne's name out of your mouth when you list top 5 best players currently. So the consistency. So I don't know how do they check these things, but that's very concerning. But besides that, at least he gets recognized in terms of the season. Yeah, at least when it comes to play of the season, he does get recognized, and he has won it before. I think twice. He even won it, I think, last season. So yeah, maybe when it comes to that, at least it actually gives him something, some sort of yeah.
And then here is the coach of PSG. This is what he said. People came to stadium to see Leo. Of course, they also want to see PSG, Kylian and Ney. But I think everyone agrees that Leo is the best player in football history. I don't know whether they are trying to be nice because they want him to sign. PSG, apparently, they want to extend his contract by 2 years. They say 1 year, added 1 year. I don't know what does that mean. But in essence, it says 2 years. And we know that Barcelona also looking at him coming back. Shege, what's your take? What do you think? Where should he go?
Probably, I don't know. I think Messi should remain at PSG. He's doing well there, and I think he can still do more at PSG. Messi right now, even with his crazy stats, you can you can tell that he with his ability, he's on 70, 60%, you know, he can still push it higher, you know, maybe for another season, you know, but his main focus now is the World Cup, obviously, which is going to be his last. So he really wants to do well there and keep fit, you know, and I mean, that's what we want for him. We want to see him lifting that World Cup.
You know what he said recently? He said, yes, that's what he said. This is going to be his last World Cup, but he doesn't know. Now he's not sure because he started to enjoy his football again. He said, I'll see going forward. A decision will be made. Tshepang, what's your feeling? Where do you want him to go?
Yeah, for me, you know, when he starts saying that he enjoys football, and he is starting to enjoy football, you know, playing again. So you know, I'm starting to like, you know, seeing the combination of Mbappe, Neymar, you know, and Messi in one team. That trio, I think it's starting to gel well. They're doing well, you know. I mean, even their numbers individually, you know, they're looking so great. So seeing them in that chat for me, yeah, it's pretty exciting seeing all those three players in one team, you know. But for them going back to Barcelona will be a good addition, I feel, to the team, you know. Maybe they need him back, you know, someone that's so powerful, you know, at the new camp again. But I really don't know, but I'm just happy that he's enjoying football at the moment. But I think whatever decision he takes, I think it will be better for him. Yeah.
I don't know. Mbappe said, according to the reports, he said he will stay at PSG only if they sell Ney. He said Ney should be sold. So it doesn't look like the trio that you're looking at, it might be there. So he says they must sell Ney. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll watch the space. Now, the recent interview of Lionel Messi with a journalist, I don't know whether you saw it. The journalist cried, man. I don't know whether you saw it. He cried because he could not believe that Messi gave him the interview. I like the way he spoke. He said, I like to compete, be among the best for so many years. But what remains at last is how good person you are, and what you do off the pitch. Since I was a child, the most important thing in my life is my family. So it's not about the glory in the pitch, but what he does outside the pitch. He said, I'm normal, just like everyone else, that's Messi. And then in the WhatsApp group of the national team, the one who agitates most is Aguero, because now he has nothing to do, but that makes me very good because he is happy after hard moment he went through when he was forced to retire because of a health problem. And then he went fair and said, our team is great, and excitedness is there. We are good to fight. We are going to fight. We may not be the best favorite, but we are not afraid of anyone. We are prepared to play against anyone. And then Messi, about the coach, he said Scolani was a fundamental piece. This group was a fundamental piece. This group to be what it is. And then he went on. He says, "My old man." You know, I'm gonna share what his father said about him. My old man was always very critical of me. Like me, I could have played a great game, and he told me you missed a goal, but that made me want to improve myself more. But for my mom, I'm the best. I never play badly. She's like all moms. So yeah, so for his mom, he's the best. He is never wrong. So I don't know what your take about that. And then he said, we'll continue. I will continue in Argentina after World Cup. I feel very well physically, at the moment better than last year when I arrived at PSG. When I said a few days ago that this is the last World Cup, I did it because of logical age issue. But it's over. But after it's over, we will see. So he's contemplating, maybe he'll continue. I see Shakes is gone. And then our dream is great and excitedness is there. We are going to fight. Okay, I think it's a repeat of that I saw earlier on. So what's your take about the statement?
Yeah, you see, it comes back to what I was saying that he's happy again, happy to play. It's on form. Actually, he's in a good shape. Looks better. Looks very good. Excited to play. So currently his mood is he's very positive. So take nothing away from him. He's very positive. He enjoys playing again. I was looking at the game of PSG when they're playing against what's the team? Is it Algi?
Yeah.
Algi. Yeah, yeah. When he was playing with Mbappe, Neymar was absent last game. The link up between him and Mbappe. Even the commentator was saying that do we really have to say that these two cannot gel together? They are both involved in all games. I mean, in all the goals that was scored in the day. So that tells you something that he's actually happy. He's enjoying his football and take nothing away from him. So it's pretty early to tell, pretty too soon to say that he's going to retire. And as well as in the national team as well. So I think his main focus is just to focus on the World Cup, and then everything else will come after that.
Remember, he said his father is the biggest critics of him, and then this is what his father says. Sometimes I really respect Jose Messi. He once said, Messi was still at Barcelona, very young, very quick, and so on. He said, I saw Messi drifting as he grow older, playing from the middle. That's what his father said, and that's what is exactly happening. So this is what he says. Messi is a special player who does not need to adapt. He's a talented player by nature and plays anywhere, anytime. Messi is a player who loves football. For him, everything and your love for him and encouragement increases, giving a lot to football. This is his father saying about Leo. I wanted to play to show you that interview deliberately so that you can see what the kind of a person he is. All right, this guy is not pompous. He's not about himself all the time. People are saying, no, he hides his true feelings. That's not true, man. I mean, if you hide your true feelings, it will show. It will be bound to show. And then this guy is a good guy. He's a good guy. I like him. Let me answer that question where I want him to go. For me, I want him to go to Barcelona. That's my position. Although it looks like it's difficult due to the fact what they did, especially what Laporta did to him. But I think they are trying to make up. That is why it looks like they are not going to renew PK's contract, because they are worried, because they want Messi to be happy. The reason why I say he should go to Barcelona, very simple. Barcelona supporters have always loved and appreciated Messi. And then at PSG, at some point, the PSG supporters were not supportive, all right? And I've read some reports, and then after the game when he was leaving, they say you could see that Messi is still angry. I don't know whether that was true at what they did to him, on the basis of that, and not only the supporters, even the commentators there, they were very harsh on him. So why should he stay there? Those are my reasons. The other reason is he spent most of his time at Barcelona. Barcelona is like a home. It's like Jomo and Pirates. All right, Jomo started his team But if you ask him today, he's still a Pirates at heart. So I would love him to go back there and play at Barcelona. But I don't want him to announce immediately after the World Cup. After the World Cup, I want him to keep mum and wait until the season ends and decide thereafter. PSG, of course, they'll give him a lot of money. That will entice him. And remember, Barcelona, they want to create a statue for him. So for me, I'll go to Barcelona. That's my view, last month. And then maybe please, David Beckham, when he's old, go and play 1 year there. Because David Beckham, he really loves the guy, you know. And yeah, that's the show for this morning. And I would like to warn our people when they get our show very late this morning is because of load shedding. Just immediately after the show, we are going to load shed. Last one, thank you very much. I really appreciate. And then we ask you guys to continue to subscribe and also the likes and also comment. Thank you. Last one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tshabalala, and to the viewers out there.
Hello, everybody. My name is the Saubrey Boyz, Wanafatsi from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services. Prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above, and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, you know, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, who we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people, they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.